Hey, Nefertum Rising is back again to share a little bit more information on the Black Sun, and I'll talk a little bit about magically charging talismans. For those of you who didn't see a couple videos I had on the Black Sun meditations, I want to share an additional information on how this Black Sun energy impacts your consciousness. So in the first couple of videos, we talked about how purifying, cleansing, and uplifting meditating upon the Black Sun can be. But also, as this Black Sun begins to awaken those primal energies, primal powers within you, there's going to be a transformation of the consciousness that takes place. So when this is taking place, people around you that are no longer serving you, these people are going to exit any type of situations that are no longer serving your highest good. This Black Sun energy, once it begins to permeate your aura, is going to tear down or move away these people who are not conducive to your spiritual growth and evolution. So when you start to feel these changes in your consciousness, like the serpent is one of the main totems that shows up when you're going through a death in certain areas of your consciousness. You will often see yourself being devoured, or you can see somebody else in your dream being devoured. That is an aspect of yourself that is being devoured when you're meditating upon this Black Sun, especially when you're going through all of your chakras. You will notice these changes taking place in the dream state. So it's imperative, like I mentioned this book in the first video, Path Working. Now this is a book dealing with the Tree of Life, but it also has the Kabbalistic Cross and Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram. These are excellent exercises for keeping your aura strong and balanced and grounded. Once that begins to take place within the consciousness, once you're meditating upon this Black Sun. Here's a simple illustration out of the book I referenced in the first video, The Black Sun, The Alchemy and Art of Darkness. This is a simple illustration on when you meditate upon this Black Sun and you allow it to permeate your entire being and how it illuminates the crown chakra. So for those of you who didn't catch the first two videos, a simple meditation involving the Black Sun is to imagine the Black Sun starting below your feet at the feet level in the earth, and you would allow this Black Sun to move up your being. Now, as this Black Sun is moving up your being, you call upon this Black Sun energy to cleanse and purify, to revitalize, rejuvenate the cells in your entire beingness. This is just an idea on how you can invoke this energy and call upon it to do whatever it is that you want done. So you will allow this energy to flow all the way up through you, and as it's moving through you, you imagine this energy as a shiny black light, as vivid as you can. A lot of times I'm in a sweat because I'm meditating upon this energy with such intensity to I can feel this energy really moving through me. You can also ask this energy to raise your level of consciousness, raise your level of vibration, to break down any barriers you may have in your consciousness. What's going to happen when you put these intentions to this energy, you're going to be guided to more ways in which you can, really flow with the changes that are taking place within your consciousness. And once it gets to the halo, you can allow this energy to wrap around you a few times. You can allow it to flow down the left side of your body all the way around to the top side of your body. And as it's moving around your aura, you can instruct this energy to remove any blockages, to strengthen your aura, to raise the vibration of your aura, to awaken your magical imagination, to strengthen your intuition on all levels. There's nothing you can't put to this primordial dark energy. And once it sits at the crown, you can also allow more primordial dark energy to flow through you into your entire being, calling upon this energy to cleanse and purify every cell, rejuvenate every cell. If you have any physical discomfort going on, you can allow that black sun energy to permeate that particular spot and allow it to heal, visualizing the black sun energy wherever you're feeling any discomfort. Let it sit there. There's no timetable. However long you can imagine that sun in whatever area you may be feeling some discomfort. So a simple meditation, allowing the black sun at the feet level to rise up through you, cleansing, purifying. And once it gets to the crown chakra, you can allow this energy to flow behind you, cleansing, purifying. But I like to do also is once I allow the energy to flow from the feet, I will allow it also to enter the spinal column. If there's any discomfort in the spinal column, this blocks the flow of Kundalini energy. So you can call upon this energy to strengthen your spinal column, to move any blockages that may exist within your spinal column, to heal any discomfort you may be experiencing in that spinal column. There's nothing you can't put to this primordial dark energy. And once you allow it to permeate the spinal column, I also like for it to permeate the back of the brain. The seat of creativity, the seat of that melanin, before I allow it to go out to the crown chakra. Simple meditation. This is also an image coming out of that same book called The Underworld Aphrodite. Out of the book, The Black Sun, The Alchemy and Art of Darkness. I can't remember the name, but I think it's the only book with that title. So that's what I just wanted to remind you. When you start to actively work with this black sun, the effect is going to be a change in consciousness. It's going to begin to awaken that primal power that dwells within you. So when you start feeling these changes, you start feeling things shift around you, it's imperative to start grounding yourself, to strengthen your aura, and have conscious recognition of what you're doing. So when you see these changes coming around you, you're not freaking out. Once you allow this primordial dark energy to permeate your aura, to strengthen your aura, anything that comes against you is going to be futile. You're going to be ready for it. You know, once you're actively meditating upon this energy. Another thing I want to talk about, I see a lot of people wearing different talismans and crystals or whatever. You know, in the ancient times, they used to, you know, they didn't just put on a crystal, you know, say a little 2-second prayer, like they take this amethyst stone that was gifted to me by a wonderful friend of mine. And they take a crystal and just say a little few words and burn some sage and shit over it, and then it's charged. They took a crystal, they took a talisman through a real ritual. They impregnated a talisman or a crystal for 30 to 40 days before they actually put that crystal or that talisman around their neck. You hear during the slavery days where some of these priests had the ability to be bulletproof. You think they had a talisman around their neck that they just put on for like 2 seconds and ran some smoke around it and they're bulletproof? They took that talisman through a real ritual for an extended period of time, and that energy wrapped around their aura, and they had command of that energy. Don't let anybody tell you that simply placing the object on some type of magical plate is going to charge it. Nothing supersedes imbuing an object or a talisman with the power of your soul, the power of your own words of power being imbued into an object. Nothing supersedes that. I want to hear nothing about putting a fucking crystal on some selenite blob. That's not going to supersede you magically charging and awakening that talisman with the power of your soul, the power of your divine word. In this book, Hermetic Magic by Stephen Flowers, it gives an illustration on charging magical talismans and charms, and it gives you an idea on the type of things you could do when you are getting into the type of mind frame, raising your vibration before you begin to impregnate or awaken the secret energy of a crystal. Crystals have a natural energy in their own. They also have a secret energy that you have to invoke, you have to imagine, you have to awaken the secret energy contained in these stones. It's just not going to awaken it by you just, you know, sticking it in the moon or sticking it on some fucking charges. You got to magically, intentionally awaken the energies in these crystals to get the maximum energy or result from them. You have to tap into the soul of the crystal. And that is through your magical intent, meditating, imagining the energy um, of this crystal, and you merging your power with the power of the particular stone. That's an operation that goes on with that. I have this book called Taoism Mineral Magic book. It's by, I think the last name is Allen. It's about a $200 book. So they have an exercise in this book. It's probably about 4 or 5 pages, and it gives you an illustration or an example of the mind frame, the preparation that you go through before you magically charge a talisman. Is you're raising your own vibration. You're really invoking a lot of energy within yourself to imbue within a talisman or an object. You can't just put it on, when you get it from somebody and you just put it on and like, I'm going to run some sage through it or some Palo Santo and it's charged. It don't work like that. That's the lazy route, and it's not going to be as effective as you actively taking that sacred crystal or a talisman and taking it through a real ritual over an extended period of time. This book I referenced one time, Magic That Works. It has some exercise in here when you're charging magical rings of power based on the 4 elements. It have names of power that you imbue in each individual element for the 40 days. I call myself trying to inscribe the Sufism inscriptions on each of the rings. I bought me 4 rings. I never engraved a ring in my life. So I figure on the first try, I'm going to successfully engrave some Sufism Arabic stuff on each of these rings. It's safe to say I messed up all 4 of them in about 3 minutes. So I'm either going to get them professionally made, or I'm going to just buy more rings and get more practice. But this is an example. This book here gives you an illustration or an example of how you can, impregnate an object or a talisman over an extended period of time. Anything from a crystal that you can magically and ritually empower over an extended period of time. Anything from your trusty stick. I have rune inscriptions on this stick that I have for a while. Meditate with it. A lot of times I would, when I'm meditating with that black sun energy, any object, specific object, I would allow that dark energy to permeate that particular talisman or ring or whatever it is I want to really absorb some of that primordial dark energy. So I don't want this to be too lengthy. I hope this video was beneficial. Hit me up if you want that information coming out of that book, Taoist Mineral Magic. It's about a $200 book. You check Amazon, I think it's the only book that's called Taoism Mineral Magic by Jerry Allen. A lot of those books be out of print. That's probably why they're so high. But I can print out, it's about 4 or 5 pages. It gives you an idea. It's coming from the Taoism tradition. So maybe some of the concept and ideas you may not be familiar with, but I can see you this information just so you can get an idea, the preparation on what it takes to really magically charge an object or imbue an object with the kind of intent you need to have a real power symbol around your neck. We're really naive to think those guys back in the ancient times, when you saw them with the breastplates with all the jewels or the magical talismans that enabled them to move, part the seas and, just move those big boulders associated with the pyramids. They just put some shit around their neck. They took that talisman through a serious magical operation over an extended period of time. So that is what's resonating with me right now. The Spirit led me to share this information, so maybe you'll be interested in the information I have on Taoism, spirituality. I can extract that information out of that book. If you're interested in it, hit me up on Messenger and I'll send it to you. That way you'll get an idea on what it takes to raise your vibration up, because you're imbuing this object with your soul. your words of power, your Heka. And you don't walk out the door with that talisman on until you finish that operation over an extended period of time, whether it's 14 days. In this book, Hermetic Magic, it has that you can empower a talisman or a ring or whatever 3 different times of the day for 14 days. You pour on libation, you are invoking certain spirits. This book is written in a lot of Greek papyrus. I don't know who I'm invoking in this book, so I'm not doing it. If I don't know who I'm invoking, I'm not invoking shit. So, hit me up if you're interested in learning, what it takes to raise your vibration up in order to magically charge a talisman. I'm telling you, it goes deeper than just simply putting some shit around your neck, sticking it in some moonlight or some sunlight, letting somebody else charge your shit for you, talking about this charge, that this person knows what he's doing. Nothing supersedes the power of your soul. You cannot allow some superstar metaphysician to tell you, put your symbol on this magical plate and it's going to be charged. No, it's not. It's not going to supersede the power of your soul. It's not going to supersede you imbuing that talisman with the same intent, putting your light into that talisman over an extended period of time. Nothing is going to supersede that. I'm sorry. It may make you feel good. You may feel like you're doing something special. You're not doing it. It's not going to be as effective as somebody who's magically charging that shit for a 30, 40-day period. That's some real power, especially depending on what type of words that you are imbuing in the object. The guy Franz Barton wrote this book, Key to the True Kabbalah. He wrote Initiation to Hermetics and Practical Evocation. But the key to the True Kabbalah, it aligns you with certain spirits associated with the elements. That is also an excellent idea to learn about those different energies and how they manifest and create an object or talisman that you can imbue those words of power into that object, and now you got real juice rocking around you at all times. So, again, if you're interested in learning how to magically charge talisman with some real power, hit me up on Messenger. I'll get you the information tomorrow or as soon as I can.